Hi, my name is Patrick Clark, and I'm here to talk about some supply chain management improvements that I'm about to propose for the supply chain management branch. What will we be talking about today? The supply chain management overview, like how the entire supply chain is supposed to work. The parts of the supply chain management branch, the warehouse team strategies, the acquisitions team strategies, and the customer support team strategies. And my recommendation. So, this is an overview of the supply chain. So orders are placed through demos. Logistic techs, they go ahead, they BPS, which means build, process, supply. They go ahead, print the pick lists that come out from demos that shows everything that the customers need based on their unique identifier, which is their customer ID. In the Army, we call those DODEX. Goes to the warehouse team for picking, the warehouse team completes picking, gets it on the truck because our warehouse is not connected to our hospital. After they take it on the truck, the customer support team receives it, right? The customer support team receives it, they go ahead and supply or different point of use systems or omnicells, for example, and or shelves for customers that do place manual orders. So, how do we go about improving our supply chain? Supply chain improvement involves implementing changes in the three integral parts of the supply chain. The warehouse, which is in charge of storage, item control, and the picking of medical supplies. Acquisitions, which does the purchasing and the automated management of the supplies that are stocked on the warehouse shelves. And customer support, it delivers supplies and maintain the point of use and customers. So, these are results of our last physical inventory. As you can see, we are at a big deficit in terms of incorrect quantities. How do we correct that? Well, for the warehouse team, I submit that we should implement a standard operating procedure for quality control that happens for every single item that leaves the warehouse, wherein supervisors or persons of a higher rank would go ahead and check and verify that the correct quantities and the correct items are leaving the warehouse. In receiving, we could go ahead and decrease errors by paying attention to the call numbers on these items. Guess what? More than one type of item or one call number may be on one pallet or in one shipment. So instead of going ahead and receiving everything on that pallet, we could actually break it down and verify if the call numbers are the same or if they're different. After we do this, we put like call numbers together and go ahead and finally receive them. For physical inventories in the warehouse, you could actually go ahead and do location surveys more often and get our accuracy on our inventories. How do we do that? Well, we implement a 4-count system in which regular workers, logistic techs would count at first, then supervisors would count, and then the team leads would definitely go ahead and count. Finally, the acquisitions team would make the final count and make adjustments and tell us what our results are. Finally, for our acquisitions team, they have to conduct physical inventories instead of only conducting automated inventories. They have to actually go ahead and physically monitor the shelves, monitor the parts or reorders. They have to walk these shelves They just can't stare at the screen and depend on the accuracy of what they see on screen. They have to actually go and physically check the shelves to make sure numbers are correct. Dynamic prediction would ensure that low stock items would be ordered and they would not run out based on trends. What does this mean? You could run a report, create an algorithm in our point of view system to show trends. What have the fast moving items been for this month? And then based on that, we ensure that we keep our levels up to maintain supply for that demand. Our customer support team. Customer support team is a very big part of this journey. And if you will, the point of use inventories and maintenance is an integral part of maintaining the integrity of the supply chain. I would ask our customer service team to perform monthly checks on our point of view system. In this case, we use the OmniCell. Check for functionality and dead stock items. What does that mean? Ensure that items that are going in first are coming out first instead of having dead stock. This can decrease the amount of expired items or close to expiring items that we find in our OmniCell, which leads to loss, because if you don't use it, you lose it. Space allocation. Could run a report on the high moving items that comes out of our OmniCells and ensure that high usage items have enough space allocation based on those trends. What this will do is enable us to keep more of our high usage items so that we have to restock less times per week. What this does is give us more time. It increases productivity and we can pay attention to other things that we have been neglecting in our supply chain. And the admin function. This is definitely important because our log techs can get a break from actually tending to administrative duties if we had dedicated administrators. So what these people would do be to replace any of the stickers that's needed to be replaced on the point of view system. They could actually go ahead and answer customer emails and queries. They could go ahead and answer the phones so that log techs would have more time to accomplish their duties. I hope you take this recommendation into consideration. It would do great things for our branch. It would increase our productivity and it would increase morale of our personnel and definitely help us to further accomplish the mission, patient care. Thank you.